this was my first original daily car before we got the Skoda. So today we're going to do a POV drive in this car. It's still driving, still running, but it does have a turbo issue. Well, it does have an issue, but I'm going to go through it whilst I'm driving. I'm not gapping anybody today, but we're doing eco-motive driving, so let's take you guys with me. So this is actually a 2012 Seat Leon eco-motive. So pretty much I get the miles per gallon I get on this car is absolutely madness. But it looks really good, you know, it's a bit dirty, I know it needs a bit of a clean. This car has been one of the best daily cars we've ever had, and we've saved so much money driving this car. You can see, guys, it's already got an engine light over there, bit of a light there, but you will see when we go for a drive, the turbo will just, the spring light just pops up, and I'm going to explain everything, you know, why. But the most important thing is talk about this car, because I actually like this car quite a lot. This car is a proper like save your money car. If you want to like get something that will get you about and you want to save your money up, this is the car to get. Because hear me out, it's a 1.6 TDI. It's probably got like 60 brake horsepower, 90 brake horsepower. It's proper light, it's 5 doors, and the MPGs are remarkable. It will get you probably got 60 to 80 miles per gallon. I'm telling you, probably like 100 miles. This car, it will save you so much money in the long run, it's unbelievable. This car used to be tax free for about 3 years, up until the government whacked on. I know it's hybrid, I know it's eco-motive, but you gotta pay some tax. So it's now £20 tax a year, which is hardly nothing. I mean, like I said, it was tax free for the last 2 years, and it was absolutely brilliant. And you know, I can't fault this car. In the 2-3 years, the most common problems this car had, right, was the wheel bearings and the rears that need to be changed. Brake pads need to be changed, because this car, you can't really use the gears to slow down, and you really have to press the brakes. Bear in mind, if we've done over 40,000 miles on this car, we've done a lot of miles. So you know, in that time, if we had to change the discs and the brake pads after 50,000 miles, that is a game changer. All in all, it's a 5-speed. You know, a German car with 5-speed, it's like a Japanese sort of car, and a JDM car you get 5-speed. But that's the only problem with this car. When you're driving, when you're in a certain RPM, the car struggles to drive. You know, you can't overtake anything, you can't move off the roundabout quick enough, you can't keep up on the motorway. This is like, for me, it was a dangerous car. You just need a bit of that oomph in that car to get you off the roundabout, or to get you into a motorway and to keep up the speed. And if you need to get to places, you need to overtake where you need to, this car is it struggles in every way. If I want to give you an example now, I'm in second gear, I just need to up the speed. Look, 10, 15, 30. It takes a while. I've got to do some errands right now, and I just thought the best thing to do is take this car in the city, because it is a bit of a city car. Fortunately, because of the ULEZ compliant, I think you have to have like a 2016 car. I don't know, I don't like to drive in the Birmingham city centre anymore. They forced me to buy a brand new diesel car just because it needs to be ULEZ compliant. I might as well just get a bus or a train to the city centre. I don't need to go there, because obviously I don't like going to shopping centres and spending money. That's why I'm driving this car, to save money, so we can fund the JDM cars, the fast cars. That's the truth. It's the truth. And you know, why would I want to be dailying a JDM car or dailying a 500 brake horsepower car? You know, you can't drive it, you can't send it. So that's why it just logically it just makes sense to drive a car like this. That's a nice car, an Audi TT Mark 1. I know he's got to be paying £760 tax a year come April, so I do feel sorry for him. I did have one of those. We do need to go right, so we can overtake. That's the good thing about this car, it's nice and small, so you can fit in between cars. So right now we need to go up the bridge and go in the right lane, and he's gonna probably try and do it as well. So hey, he's doing it, and we're also gonna do it. Look right, indicate, boom. So it's a little tiny, you know, it's like a delivery car. I would like to do some Uber driving in this car. I know you guys, in the last 2 weeks ago, we did the boosted FN2 Type R Uber delivery, and it's got 11, almost 12,000 views. Absolutely mind-blowing. And that's something that maybe we could do with this car, to see if we can make some profit. But let me know in the comment section down below. But we need to get in the center, so we're going to indicate left. Let's see. see how sluggish this car really is. It's an absolute nightmare if you want to increase the speed. But I need to like indicate right. There we go. Go down there. So it's not bad, this car. Hold on, but oh my god, that was dangerous. I don't know what happened there, but my reaction was move out the way. That was fast how that car went round. The city centre just gets more busier and busier and you can't do anything. We have found one, so we're gonna park right here, do a quick little errand and I'll be back. It's not a bad car to park in. I've got a coach behind me, no pressure, no stress. Boom, just like that. Reverse park. So I'll be back in a jiff, give me a sec. I'm back on the road. I've just done the errands, but I need to make my way to a local supermarket. A bit cold in here. This car, like I said, is really good in terms of like this sort of stuff. Like when you're stuck in traffic, you want to get to places, you're not supposed to drive fast, you're not supposed to overtake, you're just literally in a tin can and you're moving. Like how the busy world is in a rat race, this is the perfect car to like move 5 miles per hour, 5 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour. This is it. Like I said, the car, unusual handbrake, no armrest. I do rest my arm here. It's plastic, it's not soft, so over time my arm's gonna have problems. The rev counter is a bit small, it's not all there, it's not quite bright, it's hard to see. If you want to get it just to like do your errands and stuff and shopping and you know use it as a, you know when they say winter beater, this is like a all year round beater. Don't drive a Jag, you know, get yourself this if you want to do all this stuff. If you want to park it up, you know, dump all the shopping and everything, this is the car. That's a nice car to get, a Honda CR-V. Somebody mentioned in the comment section to do a K20 boost build on that, and I am thinking about it because they are 4-wheel drive. You can see me, that's the Limp mode. We'll keep on driving because we're going to go to Birmingham, so we're going to see how this car does through the dual carriageway to show you guys how, you know, show you guys like what POV, like, you know, what this car really is about if you're going to get one. I don't know what you guys want to see, a POV of a trolley. I used to do this back in the days when I was a kid. Right, now we're on the way to Birmingham. It's gone really dark right now. We had to brake out fast. That van is smoking really bad. I think the turbo's gone. I think we might have to overtake him. Come on, say it. It's not in limp mode. It's not in limp mode. We're taking the Mercedes. Yo, we're gapping him in a 90. Oh, limp mode. No, no. You know, you can off a car right now. In neutral, off the car. It is silent. Turn the car on. Boom. Second gear. Boom. Boom. There we go. No limp mode. Car is fixed. Don't know what they're building right now with the HS2. The HS2 is taking another 50 years. I remember like probably like 10 years back, 15 years back, where they were going to plan to do it, and now every single road where I drive in Birmingham or West Midlands, there's like roadworks everywhere. HS2 this, HS2 that. Road is closed for another 30 days, another 40 days. It's absolutely mental. If you guys are struggling with HS2 roadworks, drop a comment down below. I need to make these lights. Come on, say it. Let's go! Make these lights. Wow! Boom! This car's got some oomph for a 90 brake horsepower car. Excuse me. You know what? You can drive fast in a slow car. I did say that in the last video, but come on. We're doing it. And the miles per gallon must be crazy on this car as well. Alright, we're gonna really see how fast this car truly is on a standstill dig. Handbrake up, gas, green light, boom! Let's go! Come on, the turbo's working this time. Let's go! 50! Boom! How long did that take? I'm gonna say that was pretty quick for 1.6 TDI Eco mode. Done the diagnostics and it's saying something to do with some people have said it's the turbo, but I've just showed you the turbo is working, so it makes me think it's not the turbo, and that's the reason why I brought this Skoda. Look, it's just come on just now as we spoke. Look, limp mode already. It could be the end of life for the turbo, but I've been driving like this for a couple of months now and like I said, it just progressively got worse and worse. Now who's gonna win the race? Come on, come on, come on, boom, let's go. We won. See what I mean? It all pays off when you go on a drag strip. There's so many potholes as well on the road these days. I don't know if you guys ever driven over a pothole, but I know a few of my friends have. It's coil damage, the wishbone damage, tie rods have like snapped. One of them, the wheel being buckled. This bit's dangerous. Good thing about small cars, you have to like kind of gap, but man, these roads are really tight. Look at the way people drive around here. Made it to the HQ. It's time to feed Arthur. This POV is turning into from cars to trolley to shopping to feeding cat. Arthur, there he is. Say hello to subscribers. Come on. There we go. Good job, Arthur. You know the subscribers are watching you, you know. Don't be showing that you're a good boy. Stretching and all that. Also, one thing I forgot to mention for the last video was the prelude. The prelude, right? This is actually Arthur's car, believe it or not. He sleeps here. This was literally a brand new seat, and that's all his hair. So he literally lives in the prelude. That's why he's there right now. Isn't that your house? It's your house, isn't it? Yeah, that is your house. Yeah, man. Pretty cool. I do want to make some content on this. Uber delivery rides boosted Civic Part 2 coming soon, but we got to do it with a cheap car first to see if we make profit. Ain't that right? Touch me, touch. Yeah, man, Arthur. Yeah, he's starving right now, same as everybody else. You know, I do want to say one more thing, right? I know we're doing morning videos every day. I do want to implement evening videos as well. Come on, jump over here. Look at him. Literally. Come back over here on the skyline. Yeah, boy. You want to see that car bounce, don't you? 3 sachets today. Only 3. No 4. He's losing a lot of weight here. He's getting really fit. There you can see. Watch jump. Watch how fit he is. Come on, jump, yeah. Boom. Jump on this car. EK Civic. Jump. Yeah, boy. To the food. Quick. Boom. He's rapid. Twin turbo Arthur. Let's go, 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 go. Boom. You guys can see. You gotta be fast, because if you're not fast, you lose the packet. One to the next one. So you can move over to this side. Yeah. POV everything. This is the second channel, so I'm prepared to just drop as much content as possible. If you guys can see, I'm posting like more than 2-3 times a day. If I can post 10 times a day, I would. What we gotta do is litter. He makes a mess. He's got poo bags every. You guys have cats, yeah? Indoor cats, outdoor cats. This is literally